Happy Friday and welcome to Smell the Coffee. Today is a fantastic day. It is a beautiful day, not only because it is a Friday, but I don't know, man, life is good.
Life is very good, babe. I'm looking at you and I'm like, wow, your body is body. You're making me wish I had, started working out during winter, because they tell you summer bodies are made during winter.
I was making my summer body.
We were busy, eating, and I'm like, oh, I should have
Laying in the blankets. No,
yes,
I was there working.
You were ready for summer now.
No, I was ready for summer. I've been ready for summer. Even in winter, I'm like, oh my goodness.
And December is taking long to come.
Oh my gosh, it's taking so long. And you know what's funny? I was packing my closet the other day and I realized I have like 4 or 5 full-length tops.
Wow, the rest are crop tops.
The rest are crop tops.
Well, if you got a six-pack, that's also one of the things that I advocate for. If you have a six-pack,
show it.
Please flaunt it. Please.
I work out for 2 hours every day. No. I deserve to show off.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Maybe if you have the looks, come on.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
You gotta show off.
You gotta show off.
My mom gave up on that. She was just like, I'll just do you. Because I told her, I was like, no, I'm not sweating every day for nothing.
And it's also very hot here.
Exactly. Like especially working out
really
now,
yeah.
It's so difficult. First of all, because of the year-end fatigue and then the heat. So it's just, and I have to jump, it's a personal thing. I have to jump rope for minimum 30 minutes every day. Or not every day, 5 days out of the 7.
Well, wow. Okay, I'm going to have to check out her workout regime, you know what I mean? So that come next year, January, hey, you'll see us.
Exactly. Don't
in the crop tops.
So the 2020, in 2024, I'm going to have a hard body.
No. Next year,
my
January.
Resolutions, no.
So this December, I'm not drinking that much. I'm giving up beer.
Give the gym as many chances as you gave that man.
Yes, please. Please.
You got to do it. You got to do it. But nevertheless, we do have an interesting episode in store for you. Unfortunately, one of our stories is not all that great, and we will be getting into that a little later on in the show. But for now, just grab your cup of joe while we take a quick ad break and return with our top stories. In the first of our top stories, some good news. KZN student Naledi Aphiwe bags of 50,000 rand from Chris Brown feature. TikTok, along with other social media platforms, has given individuals the opportunity to bridge the gap between fans and celebrities. Musicians in particular have found a unique space on these platforms to share their covers, original compositions, and musical skills. The potential for recognition on a grand scale has become more attainable than ever before. One notable example is the story of Naledi Aphiwe, a 17-year-old singer from KZN who experienced a meteoric rise to fame after catching the attention of international star Chris Brown. In October 2022, Brown shared a video of Aphiwe singing on his Instagram stories, praising her incredible voice. Little did Aphiwe know that this recognition would be a stepping stone to something even greater. A year later, her talent transcended social media platforms and made its way onto Chris Brown's 11th studio album 1111 in a track titled Shooter. Sis didn't just get a shout out for her singing. Her voice became a crucial part of Chris Breezy's new song. Additionally, Aphiwe earned $3,000 for a part in the song Shooter, giving her a financial boost that could potentially kickstart her growing music career. Aphiwe told Chisa Live, "Chris Brown did what I would have never done. There are many people who are talented outside, and he chose a child from a small city like mine. I appreciate him so much. People who didn't know anything about Naledi Aphiwe today know her. It changed my home situation. Everything is good now. When asked what she plans to do with her hard-earned cash, Aphiwe excitedly shared that she's treating herself to a brand new phone so she can keep creating awesome content and pushing her music forward. I also want to go to my mom's grave to fix it for Thanksgiving since we weren't able to do things the way we wanted when we buried her last year, she added.
Let's give credit where it's due. He also credited on
the song,
meaning she's gonna get
royalties.
Money. Yeah, royalties. Wow, that's amazing.
I got goosebumps. And funny enough, hey, it's only trending now, but this happened back in November.
Yes, I've been knowing about it. I was actually like, yeah.
I was like, wow, Chris.
Amazing.
And the first time I read about it was actually like clickbait, because it said you would not believe what Chris Brown did to this South African
And then you're like,
with a heartbreak, like
it
had the heartbreak emoji. I'm like, what did Chris do? And then I read the story, I'm like,
oh, it's so cute.
And the thing is, I feel like him giving her money, right? I know people be like, oh no, but he's Chris Brown. Why is he only giving her $3,000 US? At the end of the day, right, he only sampled a part of her singing.
Exactly. And also, it's $3,000 US in rands, guys.
It's 56,000 rand.
Yes, it's
for
a lot.
Students. It's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
No,
and also, she gets recurring money because she has...
from the royalties.
Yes.
Like, honestly speaking, Chris is setting an example for all the other artists out there, because how many times have we heard of musicians being dragged to court because they sampled someone's song, or they didn't give credit where it's due, and all of that. So I'm just happy, like,
it's a heartwarming story. Like I was very touched when I first read on it, and I don't think a lot of people know about it. Weirdly enough, like it's just a few guys that were talking about it, and
it's only starting to pick up traction now.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's
when you do bad, we hear it. But
immediately. Speaking of doing bad,
in our next story, I was really horrified and disturbed. Sean Combs, a hip-hop icon and the founder of Bad Boy Records, has been accused of rape and abuse in a major lawsuit filed by the singer Cassie that alleges he used his powerful network to keep her trapped in a violent relationship with him. Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, dated Combs for more than a decade. She alleges that over the course of their relationship, Combs assaulted her multiple times, viciously beating and raping her, and controlled every aspect of her life. The New York Times first reported on the story. Now she has faced a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking until their relationship ended in 2018, according to the lawsuit. In a suit filed in federal district court in Manhattan, Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura and who had long been Mr. Combs' romantic partner, says that not long after she met him in 2005, when she was 19, he began a pattern of control and abuse that included plying her with drugs, beating her, and forcing her to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes while he filmed the encounters. In 2018, the suit says near the end of their relationship, Mr. Combs forced his way into her home and raped her. After years in silence and darkness, Ms. Ventura said in a statement, "I'm finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who have faced violence and abuse in their relationships."
Oh my goodness.
This story is a bit more dark and morbid. I just didn't want to
get into the full details.
Yes.
I mean,
and it's a decade of this. Apparently
his legal team or his representative or whatever said that Cassie tried to blackmail them and extort $30 million US from him and threatened to write a tell-all book unless they paid her $30 million. And then when they didn't, she came up with these ridiculous claims. First of all, I just want to say, you never really know what people are going through. Because when we saw Cassie and Diddy in a relationship, yes, of course, it was that whole thing of, but the age gap and whatever. And then we started seeing her being spoiled and all of that. So from the outside looking in, it seemed like she had hit the jackpot. You know, like you're dating a billionaire and whatever. And then when she broke up with Diddy, we were all like, yeah, no, it's only because he wouldn't put a ring on it, and kudos to her for leaving because she knows her worth. Little did we know that all of this was going on behind closed doors.
I mean, it's so dark. Her lawyers actually said they had approached her not to file the lawsuit, offering her like a large sum of money, and then she declined. So you know what I mean? It's a whole case of she said. Yes, exactly. And a funny part of not a funny, but interestingly enough, she briefly had an affair with Kid Cudi, right?
Yeah.
I think in 2012, somewhere there. I'm not so sure about the year. And Diddy didn't like that, and he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Yeah.
And he has confirmed it. He came out and he said, yes.
Yeah, Kid Cudi, not P. Diddy, but Kid Cudi
came out and confirmed that his car was indeed blown up. Wow.
And the fact that he also made her carry his gun, this is Diddy now, he made Cassie allegedly carry
on 2 occasions,
on 2 occasions. She said like on at least 2 occasions, so there could have been more, just so that he was basically reminding her of how dangerous he was and how much power he has.
And then also he used the fact that she was signed under his record label, like, yeah, if you don't pick up my calls or if you don't do this,
we're not releasing your song.
Yeah, we're not going to release your song.
And that makes a lot of sense, because before like this morning, the last song of Cassie's that I knew was 11 years ago with Nicki Minaj, The Boys. It's only this morning when you showed me the song that was released 6 years ago, of which that wasn't even a big hit.
It's not a big hit at all.
What happened to Cassie? Because she came out with Me and You, and that was
I loved Cassie.
That was a bop. And then she just kind of fell off, and we're like, yeah, no, but I mean, she has a billionaire boyfriend, so
we understand.
Yes. I mean, why do you still need to work?
But this is what was happening to her this
And apparently he would lock her into, like, he would force her to stay in hotel rooms after he beat her up so that people don't.
And then there was also levels of sex trafficking. This is very dark. Like,
this
whole story disturbed me because I read it very early in the morning, and I was just like, I just, like...
But we've been hearing stories about P. Diddy from a while ago, because... There's been rumors about him
and the boys.
I've heard of those, like Usher, Justin Bieber. Like, I'm just like, what? I do hope though that somehow, some way, Cassie was documenting these things. Somehow, I don't know how, but because sometimes when you're in that state of mind and also you're really drugged up, you're not in the right.
I hear that, and even if people are coming out questioning why is she coming out after all these years,
it takes a lot.
It takes a lot. I mean, look, this is abuse that has happened to one person, not a lot, repeatedly for 10 years.
Jeez, my heart goes out to her.
My heart also goes out to her. I mean, it's still right now allegations, so we have to treat it as that.
Treat it as that, because innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
Wada. But anyway, moving over to something that's a little more lighthearted. I guess not for Snoop, though. Anyway, Snoop Dogg says he's giving up smoking after years of marijuana use. Known weed enthusiast and rapper Snoop Dogg announced the unthinkable on Thursday on social media. He's giving up smoking. The hip-hop star, whose real name is Calvin Broadus, did not specify what kind of smoke he's quitting or even if he's serious. After much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoking. Please respect my privacy at this time, he posted on Instagram and X. In replies to Snoop Dogg's post on X, some fans met the news with a healthy dose of skepticism. Today isn't April Fool's Day, Snoop, one replier commented. Another person on X responded that he thought Snoop's announcement was a smokescreen and that the rapper was just transitioning to edibles to give his lungs a break. He's moving to edibles, letting his lungs rest a little. Eat up, champ. On Instagram, though, one Snoop follower appeared to take his message seriously. I had a pulmonary embolism last year and had to give up smoking as well, so more edibles for Edible D it is. But I know how hard this transition is, especially for someone like you. Take all the time you need. Another poster on Instagram praised Snoop Dogg for announcing publicly that he had quit, considering all the money he's made while openly promoting marijuana. Images of Snoop with a blunt in his hand are ubiquitous on the internet.
I just feel like Snoop needs to, if he's really serious about this, he needs to reintroduce himself as, not high Snoop, because I don't know. I feel like, who is Snoop if he's not high?
But remember there was a time he was, what was it, Snoop Lion? There was that time he went through that phase where he was Snoop Lion.
So do you think it's a phase? Do you think it's a phase?
It could be a phase. he could be serious, but then again, we know Snoop. Snoop is such a jokester. Like, I love Snoop Dogg with all my heart. The fact is, I like the fact that Snoop does so much. He chases his bag.
Yeah, he
I've
does.
seen Snoop in ads from India promoting SIM cards, and Snoop was an Asia boo before Asia boos were a thing. He was featuring artists there in Vietnam. I'm like, where did y'all even find each other?
Are you serious?
Just go Google all the ridiculous things Snoop has done.
So
he's acted, he's promoted, like the things he's advertised. I'm just like, Snoop.
No, the fact that he was promoting SIM cards
Yeah.
somewhere in, I'm just like,
Somewhere in India, like you see when you're like, wait, Snoop, what? And even some of the art, like the songs that he features on, the artists, these are people you've never heard of. Hey, what were you doing in Vietnam, my guy? Like, what?
No, but okay, kudos
He's
to
a
him.
vibe.
He's also
He's a
bringing
vibe.
people to the, on an international plate, people that would have not known.
There was a time he was
Yes.
cooking with Martha Stewart.
Exactly that.
Guys,
This guy, but I also like
respect
that.
him.
I also like that.
Chase
Like,
your bag.
chase your bag and don't be afraid to be diverse.
Yes, just don't be a paper bag. Like wherever
Anyways,
the
we
wind
can't
blows.
we can't talk too much about this because we're running out of time.
But are we though? Nevertheless, Yolanda Nell after the break talks to traveler Sabine about her trip to Namibia. Stay tuned.
It's the Premier League, all on DSTV. All the goals, clashes, and moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka.
Their start is getting better and better and better.
All in HD. Available on all these bouquets to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Get DSTV with an HD decoder, free installation, plus 1 month compact for 1,549 Namibian dollars. It's the Premier League, all on DSTV.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined with Sabine today, and she is traveling in Namibia and in some other African countries. Tell us about your journey.
So my full name is Matomswe Sabine Kouli, and I originally from Togo, West Africa. And I was born and raised in France, but I've been traveling to Togo like my whole life for nearly 50 years now. And I was telling to myself that I came back and forth to Africa, but since I was going to see my family and going back to my home country, I never had a chance to discover many other other African countries. So I've decided in August 21 to take 5 years to tour Africa. So it's a lifetime journey, let's say.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, as an artist, I'm a singer and choir director. I feel that it's important to report the diversity and the richness of our continent, and especially with the music, art, and culture. Because when we see what is displayed out of Africa, it's mainly things about starvation, wars, or civil wars, and coup d'état or whatsoever. But they never give the real face of Africa. And for many, let's say, Western countries, Africa is a country where we speak African.
Yes.
And they have no idea that it's like 54 countries with like millions of different things, and it's just mind-blowing when you discover the whole thing. And I want humbly to show the diversity and create another narrative about the continent.
That's amazing.
Yes, and through art, because when you speak about a country only with politics or economy and so on, people can just shut down.
Yeah.
But when they're moved, when they hear someone, let's say from Namibia singing, or a Himba woman singing, or somewhere in Tanzania or in Ethiopia or in Togo or Senegal, when they deliver a message, it just reaches the heart directly, So this is like a universal language. And this is with this with angle that I want to show the diversity of Africa, but with my own eyes. So so far I went to Rwanda, to Tanzania, to Zanzibar, Senegal, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, the Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Burkina Faso, Benin. Yes, so and now I arrived in Namibia. Tomorrow I'll be in South Africa. It will be my second time in South Africa because I'm in love with the voices. So I know that in South Africa there is a culture of voice, and as a singer, it's just amazing for me to experience that. And I will keep on going like that until I reach Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is wonderful. I went there a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I was there for work.
Yeah.
So sadly, I didn't travel as much.
Yeah.
But I really fell in love with that culture.
Mm. So I will discover all that. And,
yes.
I call myself a nomad because I don't do tourism. When I come, it's to see people, and I feel so blessed to be able to do that, to experience that, and to share it also with my community. And they have many questions, you know. It's just like, and this, how does happen, and this culture, and this, because when I see around, let's say when I go to the social media of my friend traveling, it's just them sitting on the beach or filming the toes. Oh, okay, it's fine, but it's not the way my way of seeing the world. And everybody must do the way they want of course. But for my part is to learn to know the culture and maybe the language, and also the habit of the people, and also their music and art. So basically I have my camera, and I go and I meet people and I say, can you teach me something from your music, or can we do something together? It's like you will invite someone to the restaurant, I will invite this person to the studio, so we can make music together. This is what I do.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then where are you showcasing all these recordings you have?
For the moment, it's just packed in my place.
Okay.
But at the end, I will make a series of 20-minute film on each country with the guests that I found. Wow. It's just like it happened like that. I never prepare anything. It's just okay. I'm here. Where do I go now? And I ask people. I speak with people. You should go there and go there. This is how it happened.
Oh, that's wonderful.
This is where the magic happens. Yeah.
How did you enjoy Namibia?
I enjoyed it very well so far, because when I came, I had no idea how we'll make it, but I wanted to meet women of the north. I wanted to meet the Herero and the Himbas, because their culture is very different from, main city, and I'm really interested with the way of life of different people, and so I was able to achieve my goal. So I went to Opuo. I drove the whole way alone in my car. 9 hours. And I was able to meet them, and the little girl sang with me. They sang song, and it was beautiful moment where they explained me and how they live, and I know that all my friends and community, when I send a picture, they ask me like 100 of questions. So I will be very happy to make a video just to explain the whole thing, the rights and all the things that they saw, and they say, what is this and this and this and this and this. So. Yes, I'm really happy to be able to do that, and also the diversity of the country. I find it here more, let's say, less tension than in South Africa. Yeah, in South Africa, I feel something more. It's not that relaxed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do this on your own?
Because I've been traveling on my own for 30 years. Okay. And when you travel on your own, you only have to deal with yourself, and also how you how you can act with other people and the world. When you are two, it's two person, you're together. But when you're on your own, and if you want to meet the people, you have no choice.
Yes.
So you you have to
You
go
have
to
to
the
go,
people. You have to go
yes.
to the people, you know. And I think it's easier to have magic happen just like, yeah, I'm on my own, I have nothing planned. Yes, can we do it now? You know, this type of thing.
Yeah.
But when you are with some, I guess, maybe I think, but when you are with someone, you have to plan things and to make sure that the other one is okay and so on. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
If I want to drive on the road and stop because I saw a stone and I want to take a picture, I want to stop and stay there and stare at it. And without having the other one to wait, are you done? Can we go? This type of thing, you know? And for many people, it's just they say, you're not scared to do that on your own. I say, I'm scared of what? I'm not scared. Maybe I should, I don't know. But it's been 30 years and hopefully nothing happens to me.
Sabine, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for visiting Namibia.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
and I'm so glad you enjoyed your stay here.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wish I had.
Well, that is all the time we have for you today on Smell the Coffee. Now, as you go enjoy your Friday, remember, love everybody, spread love.
Exactly.
Even the Bible
Enjoy
says
responsibly.
love your haters.
Enjoy
Even the Bible says love your haters. Don't let people walk all over you. What else?
Create boundaries. Enjoy responsibly. That's a big one, guys.
Yes, that is a big
That's
one.
a big one.
Spend money responsibly.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
At Glenora Shipura, spend money responsibly.
By responsibly, I meant call a yengo or someone to pick you up if you're drinking too much. Don't drink
to
and
death.
drive and like
Yeah.
that. But you can mix out the
Be
the
careful of
card.
alcohol poisoning. And Denzel, who is celebrating his birthday tomorrow. That's one of our MMOs, so special shout out to him. But nevertheless, we have come to the end of our broadcast from Diana Master and Glenora Shipura. It is all our love, all our light, and
Adios.